We must talk about the situation in Kaduna State, where the fate of the 66 worshippers kidnapped at the Emmanuel Baptist Church in Kolade-Otitoju in Chikun local government area of the state reminds us of one thing, that the bandits still have the capacity for mass abductions, and so insecurity in the northwestern state is still threatening. And we have reports now that 2 of the kidnapped worshippers have been killed by their captors, while 3 have been injured. The chairman of the state chapter of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, that's Reverend Joseph Hayab, says this happened when the bandits opened fire on 5 of their victims, killing 2 and wounding 3 others who had been taken to the hospital. He expressed deep concern about the lives of the remaining 61 people who were still being held by the bandits. To justify his fear, let's share the video of how they are being treated by the bandits.
Wallahi abar zagi mu shugabannin su wallahi ba su ni na Allah ya sani ban taba zuwa wani miti Allah ya sani ne ga gare ni a can na kuna dan ne gaskiya ba zuwa wuri na ya saki to muna roƙon arziki ba mu da abin da mun da
dukansu ku kaushi a nuna musu wannan amin haɗo nan haɗi ta zafta don gani ga mama
ni na wani ina roka gwamnati ne yanda na saba da Fulani gaskiya ba zan iya roka Fulani ba ni ko lokacin sallah ni kan je iyawo a wurin Fulani ni hira da su ni ma gaskiya ni ba na so abin da zai sa gwamnati ta raba ni da Fulani. Ina so zaman lafiya da Fulani. Ko na kenan addu'a na kenan Allah ya ba mu zaman salama a kasan mu gaba daya. Sake mana ne to mu yi rayuwa yanda muke.
A'a su bari mana ne to mu yi aiki. Su bari mana mu yi aiki.
Rayuwa yanda muke
saba. Mama kin haihu, amfanin haihuwa za ki. Amfanin haihuwa mama. Amfanin haihuwa mama. Yayi kyau. Duna ba ki haushin banza. Kai soja, don Allah soja ka bari haka nan mana, kawai ne mutum ne haka. Kai ku tashi bai shi haka ne ku takaita ku tashi ku ta haka ne ku mazan ku tashi, mazan za su fara tashi, mazan su zanna, ku mazan ku je ku tahi mu gani, ku tahi ku layi, ku tahi bara uba ya yi kyau, mazan duk namiji ta yi tahi, kuma mazan kuma matan ku bisu baya.
All right, well, let's talk about, the situation in Kaduna State now. BKO, I start with you. What do you make of this video showing how the captors, I mean, look at the sheer number of them, but what do you make of it? I know you're versed, list of which in Hausa language.
Oh, this is yet another propaganda video by these bandits trying to let people know that these guys are in their custody, that they mean business, and they got one of the women to literally say, look, these guys are not the problem, that she's lived with Fulanis for so long, and she doesn't pray to see anything that will split her up with the Fulanis. So it's pure propaganda, what we are seeing. Usually when people see this kind of videos, they know that their people are alive. They want to quickly look for money to pay these guys so that they can be set free. And their style these days is to, release people in installments. As we speak, there are still more than 50 students of the Federal Government College, Sabon Yauri, in captivity more than 4 months after they were picked up in their school. So we have a very big problem. Now in the Sabon Brini local government of Sokoto State, bandits have taken over, they've occupied the local government. They are now even appointing district heads. They are appointing their own members as district heads and telling people to pay taxes to these individuals. Otherwise, they could lose their lives. So now, by announcing that they've killed some of these guys, many people will now quickly want to get their people off the hook. So it suggests that we need to do more. Perhaps our strategy is not working, because we can't say that, okay, we've stopped the telecom services, yet these people are able to kidnap more and more people. They are now even asking for more ransom because of the difficulty in contacting relatives as a result of the telco services that are not available. So it's terrible. Across the Northwest, we need a very strong action to defeat these guys. The pains they are inflicting on our people is just too much.
Majid, what do you think is the way out, of the security issue in Kaduna? From many accounts, it seems to be deteriorating.
It's very sad, especially given the fact that somebody like me, in my university days, way back then at University of Ilorin, my holidays, semester breaks are always in Kaduna with some of my relatives there. So, but I pity those who live in Kaduna now. Every day we hear cases of kidnap and stuff like that. So it's rather unfortunate. We need to change our strategy. And I believe that, we have said it on this program several times, that technology is a solution to some of these things. But then we are not blaming that our military that they are not doing well, or our security operatives, but I think they need to do more. They are overwhelmed, no doubt, but the one of the major relevance why we elect a government is for protection of lives and property, and the implications of this are quite grave. People went to church on a Sunday to worship, and they were packed like a chicken, 66 of them. And now, apart from the fact that people are now afraid to go to their places of worship, those who are even farming are finding it difficult to access their farms, because where they even allow you to go to the farm, they are collecting taxes and they take a share of your farm produce. That's if you are lucky not to lose your life. So it is a very disturbing situation. We can't stop talking about it until government is able to find a solution to this carnage. And to show that they actually mean business, that they are serious, they killed 2 people. They just fired at them. As if life does not even matter to them. It's and by the time people hear things like this, the families will start rushing to look for money.
We've run out of time, but I would like you to have your final say on this, especially the solutions to technology. What options should the government be using or harnessing now?
I think the next one that everybody's been talking about, including the Senate and the House of Reps, is declare these people terrorists. It took government less than 24 hours to declare POP a terrorist organization. Now they are looking for their foot dragging or calling these bandit terrorists. I don't want to care about whether they are terrorists or not, or the meaning of the definition. If defining them as terrorists will stop this carnage, I'm all for it. Because you can't keep foot dragging on something as important as this. They are taking over local governments, they are setting up a parallel government. Things are not working the way we want. And yet we may not have all the answers, but the one that the people's representative are saying, please do, then do it. Then if it doesn't work, it's not that entirely. But you are so fast to declare other people terrorists. But you are so slow in doing for these same people who are now spitting in your face directly that you cannot do anything. And they are right. Because we are now paying taxes, obeying new district heads, and they are putting up flags in our local governments. You know what that means? They are setting up a parallel government within the Nigerian states. That to me is the danger.
All right. Well, we can still, accommodate like a few more seconds, BKO. So in all of this, the fact that it's even Kaduna State, also, gives a very, very worrisome outlook to the whole situation there. But what will be your parting shots, BKO?
No, we've got to realize now that some elements of terrorism have been brought into the activities of bandits, and more of these bandits are relocating from the northeast to the northwest. So we have a big problem on our hands. Before now, bandits were now occupying territories and appointing district heads, but this is similar to what Boko Haram does, and you can see that they've been doing that in Niger State, and they've taken it now to Sokoto State. So elements from the northeast, from Boko Haram, have now relocated to the northwest, and it is the funds that they realize here that they also use to continue their terrorism in the northeast. So we have a big problem on our hands, and our security agencies must know that there is still a lot of work to do. Boasting on the pages of newspapers about their achievements is really not necessary at this time.
All right.
Our people are going through a lot, and government must realize that and do the needful.
BKO, we thank you very much for your contributions on the program. Enjoy your stay in Abuja, and of course, we wish you safe travels back. I must also, I must also appreciate GKB here and Majid Jamiu. Thank you so much for your wonderful contributions on the program today.